for various reasons. Like one guy would only help out the good-looking women that would come in. I mean, I had to kind of talk to him a few times, and then finally just had to fire him. He's just looking for his next date. I was like, that's not what this is all about. And then other people were just rude. They weren't there for the right reasons. All right, so if you have anything like that, you should fill out an evaluation or tell me. I'll let Steve know. Steve Davis is in charge of the Math Study Center. So, so there was a basic skills tutoring that's sort of going away. So there's one way to become a tutor now. You have to take calculus and pass it with a B, and then you can become a tutor. And then, and actually, you also have to take statistics nowadays, because everybody needs statistics, so we need a lot of statistics tutors. Yes, so that's how you do it. So if you're going to be taking calculus sometime in your future, if you get a B in there or better, you can become a tutor. And tutoring is the best way to do anything. Oh my God, you don't know math at all until you try to explain it to somebody else. Trust me. Right, that's how I learned that I was decent at explaining math, is when I became an after-school tutor in 11th grade. And I was like, I can explain this stuff pretty well. And it was a nice challenge. I was just telling, oh, this is how I look at it. They look, that doesn't make a damn bit of sense. I'm like, holy shit, how the hell else? You had to come up with other ways to say it, and you make connections you would never make otherwise. So if you're going to be doing a lot of math work in your field, you want a tutor. Because then you're like bouncing between all these levels of math and you're making connections. It's insane. It's awesome. Some of you guys are like, that sounds like my nightmare. But if you're going to have to use math a lot, you want that. That makes you sharp. It's all shit. Okay. Let's get into the green book. The reason we do 4 and 9, we kind of skip up to 9, if you guys have noticed, is because chapter 9 is using all the same ideas as chapter 4, just with one little difference. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Here we go. Here's a problem from chapter 9. So, I mean, it's going to be sort of the same idea as this problem here. But, of course, what's the big difference? I mean, how many unknowns do I have? 3. And so how many equations must I have to fully figure it out? 3. So if I have 3 things I don't know, somebody has to tell me 3 pieces of information, then I can use that together to figure stuff out. Now, here's a really cool thing. All right. X and Y, we totally get those, right? If you're thinking about this graphically, what the shit does Z mean? I think I told you guys this before. You're not going to have to graph any of these. Do you understand? I'm not going to make you graph these. Because what would Z mean? I mean, here's X and Y. Where's Z? Coming out. I like it. So X plus Y plus Z equals 6 is a plane. Like this. This is a plane. This is a plane, right? I love you guys so much. No. This is a wall, sure. The wall lies on this plane. So what's a plane? Flat. So it's a flat surface. It's like a piece of paper or something. Theoretically, it goes forever. You guys with me? So imagine this plane, this wall going forever, right? Donald Trump would just piss himself like he has before. But that's all on tape too long. I try not to bring too many politics into life because it's kind of scary. Okay, so let's say that so anything that has 3 variables in it, where all the variables are to a first power. So if I took this out, that would be a line, right? Which is a flat thing, right? Add one more letter, it goes up one more dimension. So now it's a plane, because now it lives in 3 dimensions. I like it. Don't think too much about 4 dimensions. So remember, how do I solve something graphically with 2 letters? I graph the line, I graph the other line, I see where they meet. So if I have, how many planes do I have up here? 3. So maybe one is this plane, one is that plane, and one is the back wall, right? This plane, the back wall, and the ceiling. Where would the answer be? This wall, the back wall, I don't see anyone turning around, you guys should all be turning around, and the ceiling, where's the answer? Where they meet, that point right up there in the corner. That would be the answer. Are you guys semi with me? So there still is a graphical interpretation of this. It's just not something you'd want to graph. That don't sound easy to graph. No? Okay. There's a whole course about three-dimensional math. It's not easy. Right? But, like I said, you're not going to have to graph this stuff. I just want you to realize there still is a visual interpretation of this. Just like there are with lines. Same idea, except now I'm just one step up. Now I'm a plane. Okay, so, coming back down from that. How the hell do I solve this then? I don't know. What happens, for example, what happens if I add the first and second one? What happens? That's kind of nice. In fact, the y's cancel, and doesn't that jive with the general idea? I'm even more motivated to kill shit, because now there's three. I don't want three. I want one stupid variable, because then I can figure out what it is. So if I kill, then watch, let's just try it. Let's do it. That seems like a good first step to doing something on this problem. Yeah, it does. So what happens when I add these together? So I'm going to call this 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to add 1 and 2. What do I get? I love you guys. What do I get when I add equation 1, equation 2? 3x. The y's cancel. Plus 4z equals 15. All right. Is that a better equation than the first three?
Yes.
Why is that better?
Looks simpler.
Huh?
Yeah, looks simpler.
Looks simpler. Why? And it is simpler because it's got how many unknowns now?
2.
2 instead of 3. All right. So I made a better equation. Now, what would I need right below this to be able to do what we were doing back in chapter 4? What would I need right here to be able to do what we did in chapter 4? An equation that has what and what in it? So, do you see? I really want you to see how. Don't just memorize the steps. I'm not even talking to them like they're steps. I'm just saying what makes sense to do next. What makes sense to do next is kill y again. Don't kill y with the same 2. I get the same stupid formula. I need another formula. Is there another way to kill y? How else can I kill y? Using which equations? 2 and 3. If I took 2 and did what? All right, good. So when you have more than 2 variables, you have 3 variables, for example, your first step is to kill one of the variables twice. And then you do the shit we did in chapter 4. You're going to have 2 equations with 2 unknowns, which is what we had in chapter 4. All right. Let's see what this looks like. So if I took 2 and 3, by the way, this is equation 4. Why? Because I already got 3 equations. I'm going to call this one equation 4. It's the best equation up there at the moment. So if I took 2 and I multiplied by, what was it? 2. I get 4x minus 2y plus 6z equals 18. Is that cool? If I took equation 2 and multiplied by 2. How are we doing so far? How are you guys doing? I mean, the idea is the same. I got more stuff to write, but I'm trying to kill a letter. I'm trying to kill a letter twice now just to get me back to where I was in chapter 4. I got extra layer of stuff on top. So I'm trying to kill a letter twice just to get back to where we were in chapter 4, which is 2 unknowns instead of 3. So now if I add these together, that's number 2 multiplied by 2. So now, look, y's will die again. So the biggest mistake I see is people will kill a y, and then they'll kill an x. And then they're like, I don't know what to do with these. And I'm like, I don't know what to do with those either. They have nothing to do with each other. You need another equation with x and z in it. That's what makes sense. So here, the y's die. What do I get?
3x plus 8z equals 27. So that's equation number 5. That's amazing. So now I've got 3x plus 4z equals 15, and I got 3x plus 8z equals 27. This is almost too nice to believe. What do I multiply to kill one of the letters? Just by a negative. Either one of them, right? Because these are already both 3. I just got to make them opposite signs. Do you guys follow?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
So could you do that with like any of the two equations? So could you do like?
Yeah, I could have done this entire. I could have from the beginning. I could have killed the x's. Do you see what I'm saying? I could have killed the x's between any two. Like 1 and 3 would kill the x's, and then if I multiply 3 by 2 and added it to 2, it'd kill the x's again. I mean, but why does math not give a shit? I'm going to figure out what x and z are, and then I can go back and figure out what y is. Right? It doesn't matter what order you figure the things out. Just like in a murder case, you're going to figure out what you can. You're like, you don't care what. Oh, I learned that first. I know it isn't John. Oh man, I didn't want to learn that yet. No, screw it. You know something. Who gives a shit what order you learn things in? So there are different orders of ways to do this. I just randomly picked y. I have no idea why. So here, if I multiply this by a negative 1, this is equation 4. So that would be negative 3x minus 4z equals negative 15. And then add that to equation 5. What do I get? So multiply equation 4 by negative 1. Here's equation 5. Add these together. What do I get? 4z equals 12. So z equals 3. That's crazy. If z is 3, what letter can I immediately get the value for? X, because I have, no, now it's like dominoes. Now you fall back. I like the pizza, but like, so now I know z is 3. Now I fall back to one of these two, I can figure out what x is. And once I know x and z, I fall back to the originals, I can figure out what y is. Poor little y I killed so long ago. So see, let's just plug it in here because it's the easiest one to get to. So 3x plus 8 times 3 equals 27. 3x plus 24 equals 27. 3x equals 3x is 1. Kabam. So I just plug z equals 3 back into this one, just because. Doesn't matter which one I plug it into because it's where they meet. So we got z is 3, right? And I'm going to plug it into either one of these. And I just plugged it into that one because it's the one that had some room underneath on my paper. Just made it easy to do. Now what the hell do I do? Do I have a complete answer? No. I know x. I know z. Now I need an equation that has y in it. And the last time I had one of those was at the beginning. And which one of those am I going to use? The first one, shit, yeah, because it's got x, y, and z. It's awesome. I don't have to multiply by anything. So if you go back to the first one, I know x is 1. I don't know what the hell y is, but I know z is 3. 1 and 3 is 4. Subtract 4, I get y is 2. Kabam. So x is 1. Y is 2. Z is 3. How can I collect those together, do you think, in a
X, y.
Yeah. So 1, 2, 3. How original, guys. Yeah.
Did you guys did all the math department right? This.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That's why every now and then you'll see my name or you see Nemi's name. You see teachers' names through here because we just put ourselves. Jeff is digging a hole. Yes.
So I went to the tutor and he was showing me a way to do it on the calculator.
With a matrix, right?
Matrix, yeah.
We ain't there yet.
Okay.
I like it. So a matrix, we're going to focus a lot of attention on how to deal with matrices by hand. I'll show you how to do it in the calculator to check your work, right? I like it. Because this ain't... So I appreciate that. We will talk about that. But in case anybody else knows about this, this ain't push buttons class. So I ain't going to be good enough as an answer. I put it in my calculator and said, I don't care. But I will show you how to do it so you can check your work. Sure. Once we deal with matrices. We're not there yet.
Yeah. So section 1 of chapter 9, you don't know anything about matrices, and some of you guys are like, I don't know, what are you talking about matrices? The Matrix? Neo? There is no speed. All right. So here, you guys try this one.